Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another live stream here. I got the curtain open. I normally have to keep that closed because nowadays the sun will set and immediately blind me if I have it open the way it sets right behind the house. But it's a little bit overcast so I can have it open. So yeah, I mean, it's still light out. It's going to be light out till probably about 8 o'clock tonight. It's nice to have some light when I stream, honestly. It hasn't happened in a while. What's going on, guys? What's the story tonight? I just got here. Streak's still alive. Did you see Lil X with Trump today? They've been parading that kid around. They're trying to get some. They're trying to get some little points scored with a little kid there. Look at Starmer saying that Russia is infiltrating the UK. I don't even know what these people are talking about with Russia. It's this constant fear mongering about Russia, and the UK is like, oh, they're taking over. What? That's what all these European countries are doing. It's this Russia grift to try and they really should have already been doing it, up their military spending. What's up, X, man? I've been seeing you a lot here, X. What's up? Pepe, what's up, man? Turn the lights on? No, I do have a ring light. That's why my lights have been better. But you don't want to turn the lights on in this room. The light is terrible. It comes off yellow. It's not good lighting. It very rarely will you have good lighting in a room, like actual lighting, unless it's like a ring light or a studio light. The actual lighting in rooms does not play well on a webcam or a camera. I really need to upgrade my webcam. Let me tell you something. If you want an actual good webcam that some of these people have, it's like $500. These $200 ones are shit. Like, you need to invest fucking $500 into a webcam. I'm not even kidding you. Your father got the Doge deposit? That's funny. 6K. They're upping it to 6K, huh? The Doge dividend? Yeah, I've been thinking about the markets and what's gonna happen with the economy for sure. CR bill passed, but Massey is pissed. Well, yeah, the CR bill is basically the same thing with an upgrade in terms of defense spending slightly, which is kind of counterintuitive considering you think Trump is possibly going to lower the military budget. But there's that, and then there's also they have to spend more on the border because they have to be able to deport these people. They've been struggling with the deportation numbers. The crossings are way down, but the deportations are not. Did you see the fake news about Portugal canceling the F-35 jet order? No, I didn't see that. Rand Paul Doge bill did not get passed. Yeah, let me look that up. Your Doge 1.0 amendment to codify the cuts to make, and this didn't pass. President Doge foreign aid cuts into law. 27 Republicans voted to cut foreign aid, but 26. And all Democrats voted to keep funding foreign aid at Biden levels. What a disappointment. Yeah, well, Trump's got his big bill coming probably in the summer when they do the big yearly bill, the physical year. Thoughts on the new Cardi album? I'm not even sure. Who Cardi B? I don't know about that one, man. I don't listen to that. We invading Canada? No. Nothing like that. It would be economically acquired. Did you see? Yeah, I just saw that. The reporter hitting Trump. Trump was pissed about that. Trump was not too happy. I don't know. My timeline on this is shit, though, so it might not even show up on here. Oh, here's a little lift off for you guys. I know people talk about this in the chat sometimes. They do these lunches like every third day, it feels like. I don't want to blast anyone's eardrums, so.
Vehicles pitching down range. 1.7 million pounds of thrust, now propelling Falcon 9 and...
Yeah, there it is right there. Forget a watermark thing. Little X with Trump. Here it is.
Mr. President, obviously you're concerned. You're concerned about the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the hostages back?
She just became a big story tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that?
I mean, is it really that big of a deal? Come on, man. Megan the Stallion, yeah, I saw her twerking for the Kamala rally. Megan the Stallion. The only way I know Megan the Stallion is from the Kamala rally. Remember the first Kamala rally in Atlanta? They had to bring the people out with a black rapper. New Canadian Prime Minister got sworn in today and said Canada will be voting before November, so clearly no election anytime soon within the next few months. So they're probably going to have an election in early fall, you're saying? What a mess Canada is. It's just, they're trying to delay it. The Liberals are trying to delay it so they can come back. I mean, I saw the betting. The betting is a bit closer, I saw. That woman has been fired. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Imagine. Yeah, that woman just got fired about 3 minutes ago. Dude, he is pissed. Oh, he's not too happy about that. He's in a sour mood today. Did you see the stocks? I heard the stocks were down. There's going to be a little bit of turbulence. It's all right. Yeah, the stocks are down today, I heard, but it's not a big deal, man. With the tariffs in place, there's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road. I think this economy is going to be amazing in about 3 or 4 months. I'm not coping. It's just the reality when you think about it. I've been laying out the timeline, and I've been thinking about putting more money into crypto, but I just don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it because it's like, I know everything is so down right now, and I do have so much faith. I already know what they're going to do with the interest rates. They're going to keep them the same. They're having a meeting on the 19th. They're going to keep them the same. Look at the betting. But they're having another meeting on May 7th. I think they're going to lower them. May 7th, I think they lower the rates because we're going to get more good inflation numbers at the end of March. And then at the end of April, I think we're going to get more good inflation numbers as well. I think once the interest rates come down, it's going to be a much more bullish sentiment. Houston is really good, man. Far-left NGO Concern Worldwide states that due to U.S. aid cuts, they will be prevented from helping migrants from third world countries to settle in Ireland. So Trump is indirectly helping Ireland stave off third world migrants. Third world migrants were being funded to go to Ireland via U.S. aid. Put money in the stock market. No, I'd put money in crypto. I feel like I definitely should, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I think this is like the last downturn in the market. Crypto moves in 4-year cycles, it's over. Well, no, if you believe that, the 4-year cycle is not over. The 4 years, if it's based off of the timeline, Bitcoin would moon in the fall based off of the 4-year cycle. It's not like we passed the 4-year cycle at all. Did you hear about the cyber attack today on X? There was I didn't see any type of cyber attack today, but they've been attacking it. Other countries have. People that hate Musk. Remember, X was down 3 times on Monday. 3 times. Four-year cycle broke once it hit all-time highs before the halving. Well, I just think that's mainly based off of Bitcoin mass adoption. I think Bitcoin is going to work a little bit differently than alts in general. Ireland has no true conservative party. In the last election, all the anti-immigration parties didn't get much. Yeah, I mean, I've heard Ireland is more liberal than the UK, unfortunately. What about this with Tulsi Gabbard? There's leaks within the IC. Huh. Yeah, well, here's the Epstein news. I don't even know. I can't even trust the leading report. They just say shit. Pam Bondi claims that Kash Patel will be giving her a deadline for when he can go through the Epstein files and says FBI will release as much as they can as soon as they can. It's just more vague bullshit. That's the Epstein files. Yeah, I mean, that's you wanted thoughts on the Epstein list. I don't know. I mean, this is not even an actual. There's no timeline here. If they would have said something like the weekend or something, people would get more excited for it. Big sites like X are always under attack. Oh, absolutely, they're always under attack. But with Musk, it's going to be even. There's a lot of people that hate Musk. And plus, Twitter was more of a conglomerate. I mean, you could say Jack Dorsey was the lead, but he didn't have the polarization that Musk has or anywhere close to it. So it just becomes an even bigger target than the other social medias with Musk. And now Musk he's got his fingerprints all over the world. It's not just the United States. He's got Tesla factories in Mexico, in Germany, in Europe, and he's tried to influence elections in Europe with the AFD. Or the ADF, my bad. He also appeared on Tim Pool's show. Kash Patel did. I I know that Tim Pool moved to Rumble. Thoughts on Dems lashing out against Schumer for backing the CR bill? Well, this isn't the big thing that Trump needs passed. I mean, this is really, if this is any indicator when Trump has his big bill, this is going to be a nightmare. This is the only thing this bill is doing. It's like the exact same thing that passed almost completely, fully in agreement in December. The only difference is there's more spending on the border, more spending on military. This isn't even Trump's actual bill, and they're still angry. So, that'll be fun trying to get that, But I mean, they have majority, they have majority House, majority Senate, so it should be easier. But I guess, a lot of these Democrats want it to be as hard as possible on Trump. They want it to be, I mean, if it shuts down, there's going to be problems, there's going to be unknowns. It's going to hurt the economy for a period. Yeah, it is a weird photo of Patel. It's because he has his eyes open really wide. Like, it's like if you take a photo like that. They expelled South Africa's ambassador to the United States because he said that Trump was leading global white supremacy. The South African ambassador said that Trump was leading global white supremacy. They kicked him out of the... I never even go on Breitbart. Look at this. You don't need 60 votes. Yeah, then it just comes down to the Rhino Republicans. Just comes down to certain Republicans that would veer away. Yeah, I saw this. This is interesting. Like they were saying how oversaturated the right is, I guess, on all these platforms. Some of this though, I don't really. This is kind of, they have like this graph here. Like, look at this. I mean, is Joe Rogan like Jordan Peterson? He's like does therapy podcasts. Is he really right? Is he really talking about right wing news? Theo Vaughn, is he really doing a lot of right wing news? Lex Friedman, is he really right wing? Dr. Phil, I don't know, man. Like the liberal side, like yeah, the Young Turks, they're always talking about that stuff. Trevor Noah is like a combination, I guess, of a comedian or whatever. I don't even know if he is that anymore, but right wing. But like, even if they're right wing, this isn't. It's not like these people are commenting on everyday news. So like, I mean, what is the classification of this? These are right wing shows. I mean, Rogan, it's he'll have podcasts with everyone. I mean, he'll go a week with probably without even talking. Although I don't know, I haven't listened to him recently. Jordan Peterson is a right wing podcaster. He talks about various conservative guys and people. Doesn't do therapy. That's why he's on the Daily Wire. Yeah, but he's, I don't know, man. I guess I haven't listened to him, but Asmongold, he's right there. He's at 9 million, I guess, followers. Is The View on there? I think it's followers because The View is just like a TV. So maybe the viewers they would be. Yeah, they really should be on here, but I don't know how many views they get. Probably not very many. Where am I on? I'm not on here. No, these are like people that have millions of followers. Thoughts on Full Send, the Full Send podcast? Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few of them when they had Trump on. That's about it. Did you see Andrew Tate news? I mean, I really don't care, man. Why would I care? Cash always looks like a dude. Yeah, he's really got to get an updated photo. I thought he had gotten one, but I guess not. Egg prices just crashed again. I mean, they never should have. That was the bullshit liberal narrative about eggs, but it was always like a troll. Trump didn't cause the egg prices to increase. They were always going to go back down once they got enough eggs from chickens. I mean, it was obvious they killed a bunch of chickens. It drove the demand way up. There were no eggs. So now they replenished their chickens, and so now the egg. I mean, it's very simple, but we can take credit for it, I guess, because they're the ones that kept screaming about the egg prices. Where's Infowars? Yeah, Infowars. Well, I wonder if it's Infowars should be on here, honestly, because they do a lot on X. I don't know where Infowars is, but they get a good reach. They're always having shit. They always have stuff on. They have like a 24-hour network. On the right, there's million podcast shows and channels that are big. On the left, There's a lot, but not much views. Yeah, I mean, I guess I guess I could buy that. But some of them with the classification is like, I don't know. Look up Cash's new photo. It looks worse. I know that's the shocking thing. I thought, he's gonna get a new photo. I was like, it's gonna be better. I wonder if he has it on his official. He doesn't even have it on here.
100 violent felonies, gang members, including MS-13 and 18 gangsters. We have taken seizure of hundreds of pounds of narcotics and hundreds of weapons and currency and illicit goods. That's just what you can do when you put the brave men and women of law enforcement in one room and get the hell out of their way. And we are going to do that in every state across this country. In Massachusetts alone, in the last couple of weeks, they have indicted federally over 50 violent gang members and narco traffickers, seizing almost 200 kilograms of fentanyl.
Yeah, I mean, Cash, it's you like Cash, but it's like, it's been a tough start for Cash and for Bondi as well. I mean, seriously. Thank you for that $5. Has there been any other president besides Trump who wanted to build a beautiful border wall? Well, even when Trump built it, it was. I don't remember them referencing anyone else that wanted to build it when Trump brought the proposal. But even when Trump wanted to build it, if you look at the immigration, it wasn't like there was a crazy immigration problem. Trump just like forced it, and then there became a huge immigration problem after they started building it. But I mean, this Mexico has been continuing to get destabilized, and as they get worse and worse, and it's created a huge bottleneck problem with a lot of people from Mexico trying to flee that government, and they have huge crime issues, and so it spills over. So the wall is necessary. I mean, there's a reason we don't have a wall with Canada, but we have one with Mexico. He doesn't have a very confident voice. I mean, it's not really a much, FBI director, it's not a huge public speaking type thing anyways, so. Elon Musk spreading a lie that Dems use Social Security and Medicare to pay undocumented migrants that come into the country. Not just those programs. Democrats use every government money tool to attract and retain illegals like unemployment insurance, disability insurance, tax rebates, or non-existent incomes. Well, I mean, we need to prove this here. They probably do this. It needs to be I mean, they have to do it. How else are they going to afford those people? It's all taxpayer money. When you have people staying on temporary visas and you give them free hotels, it's all taxpayer money. I know you love politics, but you ever have days where you think you just give up and do something non-political, like just lifestyle? Well, I do. I talk about crypto and stuff. I mean, when I do these streams, people want to see politics, man. I don't really mind talking politics. I mean, sometimes it's frustrating, a lot of some of the things I've seen with right-wing conservatives has been very frustrating the past few weeks, I would say. Just some of these people, the grifting is just insane. Big Mike got hammered in the comments section of his new podcast. Yeah, but to me, that podcast didn't even make any sense. From what I saw, it had 104K views, but like 44K likes. That's not even a proper ratio. I don't know if they liked it or what. You're not gonna get 100. You're not gonna get 44K likes if you got 104K views. You could get like 10K maybe at the most. Maybe the views didn't catch up. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, doing a podcast is just, their podcasts are so oversaturated. What year does Israel nuke Iran? 2026 or 2028 more likely? Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. When's the no tax on tip bill? Well, that would come later, I think. That's in the bigger spending bill. That's in Trump's actual bill. This really wasn't his bill, it was an extension. Did you see the video of Obama using Doge talking points? Yeah, I saw that went viral. Talking about like Joe Biden heading their version of Doge. And of course, those are career politicians. They're not cutting jack shit because they're all the same people. They're not going to fire their own people. You bring someone like Musk in, he has no relationship to any of these federal employees. They get fired. Crypto is how we will be financially free. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, that we really need a really good pump here, man. We need a really good pump at the end of this year. When will you do a one-off Rumble stream? You'd like that kind of stream? There's no point. I'm not going to get the same revenue. I'm not going to get the same viewership on Rumble. Rumble is, the interface is worse. You know, there's no YouTube. They don't really. There's certain things you can't say on YouTube for sure, but it's like, I don't know, man. I really don't even censor myself a ton. I mean, you're allowed to say certain things, especially in these type of streams where it's not like I'm gonna have people trying to get me banned or anything. But I mean, Rumble, it's just, I guess it's an avenue if you get banned. But YouTube, you know, hopefully nothing happens. Does YouTube ever cause you problems like the algorithm? Well, the algorithm is the algorithm. That's very vague. I mean, if I make a shitty video, well, it's not even about shitty videos. The algorithm's very odd. I mean, a lot of my content is very similar. It's just me talking about some political situation, and if the algorithm finds it to be a good click-through rate, then it's good. It's not like, oh man, I made this video, it's really good. There's no real payoff in terms of the effort you put into a video. I could put more effort into one video and get 1/20th of the views. Like my Alberta videos go crazy, and those videos, there's more effort put into an economy video that's 20 minutes long and it gets 1/20th of the views. There's no reward. Now, if I did this video that I'm trying to do, that's going to take a while, this 9/11 iceberg, it's not going to be able to be monetized, but it's probably going to be pretty good. I mean, it's a legitimate video. But these videos I do, they're not even like, you know, you don't want to call them slop, but it's like, it's not necessarily really like YouTube, actual film, putting legitimate effort. It's just reactionary stuff. But that's what a lot of people do. It's not just me. It's a lot of people. Thoughts on Rumble? Yeah, Rumble's got a bad interface. I mean, I wish they would have fixed their interface. I haven't been on there in a while, but YouTube is a lot lax compared to 2022, 2023. Well, the problem with YouTube is they just banned anyone who was against the shot, which is crazy. I mean, that probably would have taken me out. But that was like 2020. But it was really bad. Like, they would not allow anything. Rumble has all the old 9/11 videos that got... Really? They did... Dude, I remember talking to people about that when I was really into 9/11. They purged the hell in, like, there was a certain, I think it was like 2014, YouTube either signed this new, it was like Google signed onto YouTube with YouTube, and they collaborated or whatever, like they bought them, and they signed like with these new advertisers, and they had to purge a bunch of videos, and a bunch of 9/11 videos all got deleted at the exact same time. And this was like, you know, stuff that obviously nowadays would never be allowed on YouTube, but it was allowed back in like 2008, 2009. YouTube search function is iffy. Yeah, the problem with the YouTube search function is it just shows you like recommended for you videos half the time when you search something, like on an iPad, and you go down and it's like half these videos aren't even, they don't even have what I searched for. They're just videos that, based off of what I watched previously, they show up. Thoughts on Hassan Piker being a terrorist supporter? Same with Frogan, the fat woman. I don't really care about her. Hassan Piker, I mean, I mean, I saw that content nuke video. I don't know. That's just liberal charade. They hate each other. Ethan Klein's Jewish, and so he's going after Hassan Piker. That's all just bullshit drama, But you do see some of those videos on Hassan, and a lot of his stuff is just he just watches content. There's no actual substance to any of those streams. But once you get to a certain point in terms of popularity, you can just really do whatever you want, I guess. You want good basic content for starting on crypto? I don't even know where to tell you to go, honestly, man. It's hard nowadays. Just maybe search it up on YouTube. Search it up on YouTube, seriously. Search it up on a desktop computer, though. Oh, there's the Joe Rogan thing. Thank you for that. How accurate are you on March Madness? I mean, I don't think anyone's really accurate, man. I think my bracket last year might have been like 83rd percentile. Nothing special. But March Madness is such a crapshoot. It really is. You mainly want to pick all the high seeds, have a few upsets here and there, but stick with the high seeds. It's boring, but that's how you win those. That's how you get like 99 percentile. And then you have to get lucky and have the tournament winner. The Western Canada sovereignty movement is starting to build momentum. For years, liberal establishment elites in Eastern Canada have ran the West, and they have had no say. But yeah, that's happening in certain states in the United States as well, where bigger areas. But I mean, with Western Canada, they've got liberal areas there, like British Columbia is very liberal, so I'm not sure how well that would play with them. Also, a lot of those people, I mean, I don't know if it would include Manitoba. Manitoba's like center left, I feel like. Saskatchewan's like center right. Alberta's right. British Columbia's left, from what I know. Did you hear what Andrew Tate tweeted in Florida? No, I didn't hear it. I'm not really. I'm not too intrigued on what Andrew Tate said out of Florida. What's on my For You? Well, on here on my For You page, it's probably there's always just weird stuff on here. Honestly, my For You page for my personal account. I tried signing into my personal account. I don't even know my password. Like that's the thing. I always lose these passwords. But I have my personal account. I tweet from my phone. So I tried signing on to it here so I can show you guys my For You page, and it's just a bunch of Trump hate, honestly. I don't even know why my For You page is like this, but it's conservatives hating on Trump. That's my entire For You page on my personal, like depressed ginger account. This is just an alt account, and so you'll get some random stuff like a sports. Wow, that's without Cooper Flag too. U.S. inflation index. I mean, this is so bullish. People don't understand. This will be really, you're not going to really see a change for a little while because it takes time with the economy. But this is very bullish. Things are going to start, happening, and things are going into place with Trump here. We had to have inflation go down, especially with the turmoil with the tariffs. Trump were 1v1 with Reagan. Who would you vote for? Trump. Imagine the Republicans win New Jersey in 2028. Wouldn't even need the blue wall states. Yeah, no, that would be crazy. We'll see how well they do. It'll be interesting to see some of the polls. I know Scott Presler has been trying to. That's his new state now. Is New Jersey, trying to flip it. They need to keep Pennsylvania though. That's the thing. Trump's not happy about this. This is like the big story of the day. I mean, I guess the CR bill, but I'm waiting for like a White House visit from someone. He's begging DeSantis to arrest him. Really dumb for DeSantis to go after Tate like that. Now, isn't consistent with conservatives' view on lawfare. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care, honestly. DeSantis should just be like, I mean, I don't really care about that. It's whatever. It's a citizen. Not really, not really important, but those conservatives that hate Trump just because of Israel are kind of stupid. Well, it's turned into an entire thing with them. And so, I mean, like, yeah, just like that segment, that's the based right. You know, that's like the based right now, is those people that hate Trump because he's got the Israel ties. I wish Trump would just tell Israel to fuck off. Those people they'd be fucked if he did that. But I mean, the problem is, it's like Trump has definitely showed an allegiance to Israel that's profound. So it's like, what do we do here? How do we get around this here for Trump? I mean, I'm all for supporting Trump, and you know, that's my leader. But it's like there is the Israel issue with Trump, and you know, I understand Trump saying, well, something has to be done with Gaza because it's like, how do you solve this? How is a 2-state solution with the exact same borders? How is that going to work in 3 years? Is that really going to work? It's not going to work. But that's like, you have to bend the knee to Israel. And obviously now with this Iran situation, it's very bad because Israel also helped get Trump out of that nuclear deal, and now they want to strike Iran. And with what Trump has done, he's probably going to either be in support of Israeli strikes on Iranian facilities, the nuclear facilities, or the U.S. would help. I mean, it's just not good. Like, Trump has to know this is not at all what people want in the Middle East. You know, it's like such a small segment of people, but any meme coins doing well for you? I'll take a look at the meme coins here in a little bit after we get through some of this political stuff. I've been thinking about buying more meme coins. It's tough. Is Bill Burr seriously doing this shit? How many times is Bill Burr going to be on? It's just like every day Bill Burr's doing something. Compares Elon Musk to Adolf Hitler.
2 years later, this guy sieg-heiled twice.
Two of them.
Once in the front, if you missed it in the back. And it's just like, he still has a job. That guy still has a job. I don't understand those guys. And this isn't politically. It's just like, I don't understand why they're so upset with this country. It's like, you're billionaires. I think it's working for you. Like, you know, why are you going and telling everybody, you know, justify what you do? It's like, fucking justify what you do. That piece of shit car that you're making that the government financed.
Well, dumbass, we're fucking $36 trillion in debt. Don't we have to save some money somewhere? But these are comedians. What do these people know?
No.
But you know what you just said? You said that Elon still has a job. He's the richest man in the world. There's nothing they can do to him. And that's all he proved. There's nothing anybody can do to him by throwing up when he did that. What do you take from him? He's not Kyrie Irving. He's not Kanye. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, but you keep, I don't know. Listen, I don't know how this shit works. I'm just saying that, you know, if you said the wrong thing as a comedian, all of a sudden you lost your TV show.
But you're not the richest man in the world. If you was the richest comedian in the world, ever.
What I don't get,
Imagine Bill Burr
what I don't get
money.
is the amount of veterans that they...
Anti-genocide. What is that comment? Anti-genocide is really stupid, huh? You know, I mean, do you hate colonizers? I mean, because that's the other thing they'll say, like, Israel. I mean, well, I mean, you're winning big with your Trump tokens. What, the official Trump coin you're in? I saw Trump was up. I saw that Trump coin was up well. Is it still? I think it was up here. Hold on. Yeah, there's like this big gold meta going around right now. That one gold project, I think it's called Bar. I was looking into that a while ago. Official. Yeah, I mean, if this coin is so bad, man. This is. I mean, I can't. You're up like 20%. And you're like bragging about it, man. The coin is too high in market cap for it to do anything. It's just stuck. I mean, maybe it'll run to like $30 or $40. I don't think it'll reach its high again. Because there's going to be more coins pumped into circulation. Trump will sell them. Trump should sell it and then use those. I mean, I wonder how much he's extracted from this. Fully diluted, it's $12 billion. And he owns 80%, but he's not going to be able to sell, you know, and get like, because of the liquidity. Liquidity is only under 500 million, so. You bought it $10. Dude, I would sell and rotate. Not financial advice, though. Whatever happens to the economy, Elon will not be impacted. That's why he's risked losing half of his net worth to help the middle class. Well, I mean, he'll be impacted for sure in terms of his net worth. If the economy does bad, most of his money is in Tesla stock. So, I mean, he'll be fine. It's not like he'll ever be poor or anything. But he'll definitely be impacted. I mean, you can see he was worth like 450 billion. Now he's worth 300 billion. So he really, because again, a lot of his money is just Tesla stock. Squeeze. Yeah, that coin. I saw that, dude. This coin is this is good, man. You really can't deny this is an amazing chart. It really is an amazing chart. We got a runner. You have hope for crypto when you see stuff like this. Very important. Get Greenland. I mean, that's a huge part of the Arctic. The crypto casino is now too diluted to have any more seasons. You think it's Bitcoin only? Well, what in terms of the actual season, like 4-year cycle? But I mean, if Bitcoin does go to like 200K, undoubtedly there's gonna have to be a rotation into alts from Bitcoin. I mean, that's how it happens. So it's just whenever Bitcoin moons, you would think there's going to be just more money involved in crypto because people are going to rotate out of Bitcoin, and that's how the alts moon. But I mean, there are a lot of people that are noobish and just will only buy Bitcoin for sure. It's not like a lot of them will rotate because Bitcoin is like on a different level than all the alts for pretty much everyone in terms of it being legit. Like it's an actual asset now. The alts are just all speculative. People, you know, there's nothing to them. Trump is compromised by Israel because of his connection with Epstein. They have something on him. I don't know if it's because of that. I mean, it does seem like they do have something on him. But I don't know if it's because of Epstein. I think liberals wouldn't be able to find that out. Because liberals, it's code red. They didn't want Trump winning anything. They would have sold out Bill Clinton. They would have sold out anyone to get Trump out if it meant the release of the Epstein stuff and exposing Trump. But, I mean, it's getting to the point where it's so obvious with Trump just how he treats Israel differently that it wouldn't surprise me if there was something there with them and Trump. Because it's not even like a discussion about his policy at all. You know, the policy difference between Ukraine and Israel. Do I watch MSDNC? I don't watch any of that. I mean, I don't watch TV, honestly. I really don't watch TV anymore. Except maybe like once in a while. Leading up to the election, I guess I watched TV. You know, it might not be bad for me to have like Fox Business on every now and then. Maybe I should do that just to look. Will Ethereum 5x? Yeah, hopefully, man. To get it to 10K. We'll take like 7K, honestly. At this point, we'll take 7K. Yeah, I guess Trump suddenly apparently is talking about possibly militarily taking over the Panama Canal, but it's more so just protocol on different things. But it seems like maybe there is going to be some aggression with the Panama Canal, which kind of surprises me, honestly. I thought he did what he wanted to do in getting China away from it, but maybe not. Maybe he wants more. Leave Israel alone. They have tiny land and keep getting attacked by terrorists. Well, I can appreciate that and I understand, but you understand the entanglement it puts the United States in and the animosity that it fosters with those other Arab countries. I mean, that's thousands of miles away from us. There's been some serious waste that's happened in the Middle East. Just woke up, crazy day. What's the news? Sean, what's up, man? The whale enters. The whale. What's the news? Well, Trump got hit in the head with a microphone. That's the big news today. I'm serious. Let me see if I can. Here it is. And he's not too happy about it.
You're concerned about the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the hostages back?
She just became a big story tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that?
He just became a big story. He got nailed in the face with a microphone. But yeah, the CR bill got passed. People are mad at Chuck Schumer. That's the big story. Murad Crypto picks SPX 6900 Giga Chad Popcat. Also at least getting a 10,000 Caspa. Yeah, I like SPX. I don't know about the other two. From Murad, yeah, that dude's an influencer. Yeah, Biden used AutoPen to sign all this shit. That should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to do that. Signing executive orders with AutoPen. What a effed up administration. Nobody has anything on Trump, and if there ever was something, it wouldn't matter. He's the president of the most powerful nation in the world. The idea he's afraid of Putin or Israel is crazy. I mean, I think there's a lot of factors involved there, especially when it comes to the donor money that Trump gets. AOC is very mad. AOC is extremely mad at Trump. She's trying to be like the anti-establishment liberal, I think. She's trying to like take over the party there as the more leftist, because you got Schumer, who's like the ultimate establishment liberal. Putin says Trump is doing everything in his possible to undo the harm caused by Biden. I don't know if I trust this BRICS news. This BRICS news has been peddling some China shit. I mean, I know it's BRICS, but it's like... Yeah, I mean, they do have good news, I guess. I always read their shit. God knows who controlled Biden and how many handlers, because it certainly wasn't one person. Of course not. Of course, I mean, I'm sure Obama had that's the big conspiracy. It was Obama's third term, but there's a number of people that have involvement probably in that administration, and just how corrupted that whole thing is, where they're using AutoPen to sign executive orders, and the dude's not even. I mean, that's who people voted for. Supposedly, he got the most votes out of anyone. He's not even. He's like incapacitated for half his presidency. It's insane. Anonymous on X fell off so hard they're a Reddit Europe Canadian. Yeah, I think they got bought out by. I think their account was bought out by some liberal think tank. That would be my guess. That anonymous account, because they're very. And the thing is, all of it's just anti. It's just like Reddit. You're right. It's just a subreddit. So they had to have been. So that account probably got sold. That would be my guess, because the account had like 4 million followers or whatever. So some liberal brought it out, and they're trying to like keep the whole anonymous thing, but it's just hate against Trump, and it's all like generic shit too. There's like nothing special to it. It's thoughts on oil? Will we get gas? The gas prices are going to continue to go down because when they replenish, it's going to be at a lower price. So they're down right now, but they're going to go even lower. So you're going to have gas prices down. You possibly have a Doge dividend. You're going to have eventually lower interest rates. We're going to get at least, I think, another few months of lower inflation readings. So all of these indicators are amazing for like the long-term next 6 to 12 months of the economy. And we'll see. There's other things obviously that Trump's going to have his big bill. That's going to be probably the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, everything like that. More tax cuts. That's going to help stimulate the economy. And if you have inflation down, you can do that and get away with it. I haven't seen Biden but it's obvious you're not going to see Biden. He's ridiculously old at this point. He doesn't. He's trying to enjoy his retirement. He's been retired for years. Really, they had to wheel him out and have him do certain presidential appearances, but it was extremely limited. You know, he never did press conferences or anything like that because he just wasn't capable. Cleveland going to finish their renovation in time before the season starts. That whole thing's a total joke. They're very cheap. They still don't have the seats done. You know, some of the seats are still green. They're supposed to change them all to blue. They're so cheap. How does it take you 3 seasons to do that? But no, I mean, I believe they're going to have most of it's done. But, yeah, you're talking about like 3 seasons to do they're not even that big of renovations, and they ruined that stadium. They really did. They never should have taken out those upper deck seats. It looks way worse now. The empty seats look better than whatever the fuck they've done to that. They tried to make it better. They took out the shipping containers. It still looks like shit. We were getting a lot of leftist trolls cheering over Trump's 6-week economy. Where'd they go? You remember that? That was on Monday. They were all here. That's because I titled it Stock Market Crashes, which is more of a fantastical title to get clicks. Yeah, I mean, I really need to get one of those graphs where it shows me all the different stocks. You know how you know how they have those, and you can just see if they're all green or not. Something like that. Like a visual representation. Same thing with crypto. Fort Knox stream. Yeah, that'll probably happen during the day, so I'm not gonna be able to stream it. I mean, or I guess you mean Elon streaming it. Yeah, they might stream it. I mean, but at this point, they probably got the gold back. Imagine having Biden a second term. Well, he tried, but they were like, it just can't happen. The Democrats pulled the plug on that after that debate. They just couldn't do it. SpaceX launch was good. Yeah, I saw that. Do you have a Bitcoin cold wallet? You can donate. No, I don't need a donation there, man. I do have several cold wallets, yeah. Yeah, I showed Trump getting hit with the microphone several times. This is the launch. They're going to Mars.
The commander and pilot, so Ann McClain and Nicole Ayers. For
Man, they're obsessed with that. They're obsessed with that image of Musk. Those with the salute. I've seen that everywhere. Hail Tesla. DG3 coin. It's at 20K market cap. Kamala was still controlled. Doesn't matter how old the Democrat is, they're always controlled. Well, Kamala was even worse because she didn't even win a primary, so she would have been 1000% installed and beholden to the Democratic Party. She had zero. When you have no support like that and there's no like grassroots movement, like say what you want about Obama, but his was a lot more grassroots than like Kamala being installed. If Kamala would have won, she would have just been, it'd be the same as Biden, yeah. I mean, because she was installed. They even picked her as VP because they told Biden you have to pick a minority female. And he knew that. I mean, that's how they are. If they would have picked a competent VP, maybe it would have been a different story, but show the Lil X video. I mean, this is like, this dude just keeps commenting this. It's just, this dude commented 30 times to see this. And Elon loves that dark MAGA hat. RIP to dark MAGA. You should have picked Josh Shapiro. I mean, anything would have been better than Waltz, but it wouldn't have mattered. He wouldn't have made that much of a difference. You like the DOJ meeting today? Hopefully it ramps up the police support. These riots, you mean protests are getting out of hand? Yeah, I mean, but dude, honestly, does it even matter? Like, I'm so I'm so far gone in terms of these liberals protesting. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm numb to it. It's the boy who cried wolf. They do so much of it. Who really cares? Have I seen the Obama podcast? I saw the comments to it. I never didn't watch it. I wonder how many episodes that'll last. 5 episodes, maybe? Depends how many guests they have on. Did you see all the damage in Texas and Oklahoma from the storm? We're supposed to get some pretty strong winds tomorrow, I saw. Yeah, it's been very sporadic right now here in Ohio. When it's like it was like 65, 70 degrees today, you know there's probably going to be some pretty crazy weather because it's not supposed to be this warm. So then you bring in the storms, you bring in some crazy wind, and that's, I think, what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow night, there's going to be some really bad wind here in Ohio. Hopefully the new Air Force One, there's a new Air Force One. Will be ready before the next 4 years. Cooper Kupp has signed with the Seahawks. Rams to the Seahawks in division. Did I see Thomas Massey reaction to the CR bill? I mean, he probably disliked it. I mean, who really cares? Man, 81 to 48. Holy sh. NATO chief asked about Trump and Greenland. I think I should stay out of it.
In his public remarks, and Greenland has said that that would be an act of aggression, an act of war, and that would then trigger Article 5. How did you discuss his plans for Greenland, and did he give a sense of his plans of territorial aggression?
Well, clearly, this is an issue which is being debated between the Danes and the US. I know that Mette Frederiksen, the Danish Prime Minister, and the American President, that they have discussed this and are still discussing this, how to take this forward. So I think I should stay out of this. But there is a broader issue here, and that is the broader issue of the high north, the Arctic. And this is not only Greenland, this is also the US itself, with Alaska. It is, of course, Iceland and Norway and Finland and Sweden and Denmark because of Greenland. And we have to be aware of the fact that the Chinese are using now the high north to have their ships sailing there. We know that the Russians are rearming there. We know that we have a total lack of icebreakers within the alliance, so we have to ramp up there. Anyway, we have to ramp up in our navies all over the alliance, including the US. So this is a debate we need to have. These 7 countries working together, and NATO will be involved whenever that is used.
Yeah, so there's really no it's not like he's saying Trump shouldn't take Greenland. That's a green light for Trump to take Greenland. The green light. Getting Greenland is looking better every day. I mean, you've got a situation like this where the chief says, "Oh, I'm going to stay out of it." It's basically like, yeah, the United States is going to take it. Yeah, did you see what I posted about Jeb Bush? That got recommended to me, so I remember that from the stream. The CNN video of Jeb Bush. Notice how NATO general did not mention Canada. Yeah, I think, but he's probably more of like a European, so they don't really think of Canada. Canada gets, they're like an afterthought to these European countries. They're obsessed with the United States so much. We'll take a look at them if you really. I mean, these people they demand these certain things. It's like. So he's talking about the Democrats helping pass the bill. How have you been sleeping lately? It's really hit or miss, man. You were correct in terms of your prediction. Which prediction? I mean, I do think we will get Greenland. It's just going to take some time. It's going to take some coaxing. It's going to take some some type of military exercise, which I don't think Trump wants, or it'll be a negotiation with Greenland. But it may also have to be a negotiation with Denmark. It just depends if Trump's going to have to get it over the finish line here, I think, within these 4 years. I guess Vance could pick it up, but I think Trump wants to get it over the finish line. He has to be diplomatic when he's in front of the camera. Yeah, but that's really the time to show a public, I mean, it's a very simple thing to say that in European terms, they would view as a neutral statement, like, we shouldn't have allies attacking each other, or, because that's like, obviously right now, Greenland is controlled by Denmark, so it'd be like the United States attacking Denmark to a degree. I thought that's what he would have said, honestly. But he didn't. He just said, I'll stay out of it. Yeah, my car got fixed on like Tuesday, man. Honestly, my car got fixed pretty quickly. It was just something with the cooling system, the cooling. U.S. recession in 2025. I mean, are they talking about 2 negative months of GDP growth? Or negative quarters? Yeah. So I don't think this is gonna happen. Well, it's hard to say. But this is definitely a negative quarter. There's no doubt about it. Like at the end of March, it'll be a negative quarter, like minus 2%. But then I don't know if there'll be another. With some of these indicators, I'm not sure there'll be another negative. But I mean, it is at like basically an all-time high. It's just it just, do you think quarter 2 of 2025 is going to be negative GDP growth? That's what it comes down to. And it's probably going to be like plus 0.5. It'll be like really close. Which company has the best AI model? Well, I mean, which ones are coming out next? That's what you got to wonder. I know there's another Chat GPT coming out. Did you hear about the missing college girl in the Dominican Republic or in, I think, Mexico? I did hear about that story, yeah. Man, how is this 50-50? This is crazy. We'll see what happens here, man. Imagine they go liberal again. Am I getting a Tesla? No, I wouldn't be getting a Tesla, man. I'm not gonna be getting a Tesla. Are there still protests at Colombia? I haven't seen any personally. Greenland will be acquired one way or another by paying off Denmark to go away or with a military exercise. Panama Canal may need a military exercise. Well, the Panama, I think, would be a blockade. It would be a naval blockade. That's probably how they would do it. I was looking into that. And that's easier than actually having an exercise into the zone. It'll be a blockade and then a negotiation, I think. But yeah, the problem with Greenland is it's getting the ball rolling with these people. These people vote, they're like, all right, so we want to leave, but we don't want to leave quickly in terms of Denmark. But it's like, come on, let's move this. We're trying to acquire this land, but you have to become independent of Denmark. Denmark is trying to hold on for dear life to Greenland. They should have just done a deal with the United States in 2019. I mean, they've been losing Greenland for the last 15 years. Ever since 2009, they became almost totally independent outside of just the ownership in writing. So maybe we will have to just buy them off. The problem is, if we have to buy them off, I think then we're going to have to do 2 separate deals, one with Denmark and then one with Greenland. Or Trump can tell Greenland to really hurry it up. There's going to have to be some type of escalation from Trump, I think, for this to happen in Trump's term. I just don't really see it as... I mean, hopefully they do. Hopefully they get moving on being independent from Denmark. If Pierre loses, it would be a historic fumble. Yeah, it was a pretty big blowout. I mean, you could blame Trump. I mean, yeah, they kind of galvanized around the idea that Trump is going to annex Canada, I mean, but wouldn't that make the conservative more popular? I mean, I guess because Trump's conservative, it's like he's the big bad evil guy. Don't vote for a conservative in. Check the Pi coin. Did it pump or dumped it? Yeah, I'll take. I mean, I'm sure it dumped bad. My guess is probably like 10K. I was in the 3.14 is what I was in, but I got out of it like 4 days ago. Yeah, it got trounced. It's not surprising. I think I sold this coin probably at a pretty good time. Yeah, there's no reason to be buying this at this point, you know. But even on the day of, it always dumps. It always dumps. Man, this coin is 17 million. I mean, this is nice. This is nice to see. You see things like this in crypto. This is an organic growth pattern. This is nice. This is what we want to see with these charts. It's a pathetic. It's this chart. Yeah, I mean, wonder what it was at there. It was at 2 million. I was gonna say, man, I should have bought that, but no, I'm not buying a coin at 2 million there. I'm not gonna be buying that. But yeah, I really am thinking of getting in, you know, putting more money in. I don't know, man. Base chat. A lot of these coins I don't even own. That's the problem. It's like, this is just a watch list. But a lot of these I don't own. NASDAQ I own. 4chan I own. Dogecoin I own. GTA 6. I mean, but I could get SPX 2.0. I could get into more of these if I wanted to, I guess. It's like you want to give yourself you want to try and buy like 1% of the supply, but with some of these it's just too expensive. If like they're lower in market cap at like 150K, I could get 1%. Pretty easily. Carney rigged his own party's race. He won 85% of the vote as an unknown banker with over 3 well-known liberals that are not any better. What's stopping him from rigging the election? Well, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. I can't really comment on whether or not there'll be a rigged election with the Canadians. But I mean, we certainly had an issue in 2020, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm thinking of just like I have this Solana portfolio that's at like 8,000 right now total. I don't want to get rid of it because I want to. You know, I have to wait on these coins, but it's like, this is getting annoying. But there has to be something with this coin. There seriously has got to be something. Just give me a wick. Give me like 500 or 600K. I mean, technically this was a wick, but for like a millisecond. I mean, you need come on. Like, just give me like 5 or 600K and I could get out. That's really all I need with the Epstein stuff. Like, maybe if there's a huge arrest, we might get over 1 million. But there would have to be a huge arrest. That would be about a 10x. Man, it's at 88K? You gotta be kidding me. So, from an Osmongold stream, that new Prime Minister has a lot of properties in the U.S. It's good for the U.S. he's in. He's a pushover. Well, didn't he say he wants to meet with Trump? You're talking about in Canada? Yeah, he wants to meet with Trump. So we'll have to get a lay of the land on how he talks to Trump. Hopefully have like an Oval Office visit. I would like to see that happen hopefully soon. No, I didn't get XRP, man. I'm missing out on XRP. Do you really think XRP is going to $100? You can't be serious. There are a lot of people that think that, I know. Gonna be the new currency of the United States, XRP. It's good for transactions. I don't think people really want to see a mock draft at this point. Is there a Steve Bannon meme coin on Solana? I highly doubt it. Although honestly, maybe. Like there's a meme coin of everyone. You're watching this while bathing in beef tallow. Did you get the order from RFK? You get the recipe to lather yourself in beef tallow. Just lather yourself, you know, like with one of those garlic things. Osmongold is pro Zelensky in Ukraine. You're kidding. That's got to be a joke. I thought that dude was a conservative. Isn't it funny that these pro-Palestinian protesters aren't even American and they're coming here to support a terrorist organization? Yeah, I mean but you're always gonna get this. Is the victim mentality. It's the victim mentality, and these people, they love something to they want to have something to protest. Like they love the idea of having this victim protest mindset. Like look at this physical gold. This is the gold meta. This is the gold rush. The crypto gold rush is here. Thankfully, I got an entry into this coin at around 100K. So I'm very happy right now. No, I'm kidding. Higher 10,000? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Can ADA? You like Cardano? He's not really a conservative, but he mostly aligns with Trump. I mean, I would figure he'd be conservative with the views he gets, honestly. Like, cause it's you know, if you break right into the conservative space, you'll be able to. Cause he wasn't even a political streamer, you know. He was a World of Warcraft and some of those other games. I don't know what they are, but some of those other games. When you make an when you do something like this, let me show you something really nice. When you buy down here, you make some nice money when you have an entry at like 65K. You have a nice little supply of money. You make a nice trade. No, I didn't do that. It's impossible to buy that low on these coins. It's just there's no trust in any of them when they spawn in. Meme AI, dog in me. Oh, the base coin. Good to see a base coin representing there. B3. But I still, like, if I find a good meme coin, a newer meme coin that I like, you know, I'll take a look at it. But I haven't found one in a while, honestly. And also, I just don't like investing in new meme coins. He literally thought that if Vance wasn't at the Trump-Zelensky meeting, that Zelensky would have signed the peace deal. What? Because I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to read into whether or not Vance had a huge effect on that situation. Obviously, Vance did stoke the flames a little bit, maybe on purpose. It's true, Israel did replace Palestinians, like what's happening with Europe today. But you don't believe woke language? Well, yeah, that was back in right after World War II. Then they did fight all the 5 Arab countries, and they won. Thanks mainly because they smuggled weapons out of Czechoslovakia. But yeah, I mean, look, it's like this whole thing. It's these people. They're like, oh, they're colonists. Well, yeah, I mean that's what happens sometimes. I mean. Where did this whole bitch banning start? The one young dude, Dean. The dude decided to comment. He's like, show the Bannon bitch or whatever. It's like Steve Bannon's site, like reporter or something. Some woman. He's like, show the Bannon bitch. I was like, well, I mean, what are you talking about, man? And then I went to it. Would you vote liberal in the midterms for $1,000? I mean, it depends. I mean, it really did. One vote, what does it matter? But yeah, I'll take the $1,000, honestly. But I don't really need the $1,000. That's the thing. I mean, I think I probably could use it though with these coins right now. Have you talked about no tax under 150K? Chances it actually happens. I did a video on it. You can take a look at the video I did. Yeah, it seems like a low chance it happens. A lot of the money they're going to have to make to counteract the revenue that they're going to lose if they don't tax people under 150K. They're saying they can make a bunch of revenue in starting to nail a lot of these companies for going, offshore and avoiding taxes within other countries. Like, apparently the United States loses so much revenue and tax because of these offshore accounts and these offshore companies. So if they can nip that in the butt, I mean, it is a good idea. The premise of it makes sense in a capitalist society because it's when in capitalism, it's very easy to compound wealth. So these rich people are going to get insanely wealthy. So that's why there's already such a discrepancy in terms of the bottom 50% of taxpayers pay 3% in terms of total revenue. Like that. So if you're talking about they're only paying 3% already, if Trump could do that, I mean, wouldn't that just be lights out? Like legit. It would be so hard to argue, but I mean, it's just like, you know, you're threading a needle on actually doing that. That would be lights out, though. I mean, if Trump was able to do that, it would be insane. I mean, obviously, people would say, well, you know, it's going to affect this. There's going to be a problem. It's going to hurt inflation. There's things you have to do to make sure that it's feasible. DBR, debt relief bot. Yeah, I remember seeing this coin a few days ago. I think this is on base, is it? No, it's not. Actually, I think it is. Debt relief bot. It's an Elon Musk spawn. Some bullshit. I mean, these coins are just like, what even is this? Some bullshit coin. Do you believe the tariffs will be ongoing with China? They certainly will be. Yeah, they're going to keep the tariffs on China. I don't know, man. I can't really predict what Trump's going to do on the tariffs. It's impossible for me to do it. The tariffs are in a very, you know, hit or miss. It's like Trump will do tariffs and then he'll take them off. Then he'll put them on, he'll take them off. So I don't know. I mean, right now, Canada wants to negotiate with the United States to end the tariffs. And if there was a negotiation of that trade deal, it would be positive for us. Because undoubtedly, they know that these tariffs are harming them, so they're going to have to give something up. They're going to have to stop all their tariffs against the dairy products. It's about 270%. Canada, that is, if we do end up ending our tariffs with Canada. But Trump wants, it looks like, Canada to join as a state, which is another thing that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I would love to talk to Trump and just, you know, somebody has to talk. Like, this is getting a little bit, you know, maybe this is maybe a negotiation tactic or something. But why doesn't, there has to be some media personnel that is like, well, if you add them as a state, that means they can vote. Isn't that a big issue when it comes to Republicans winning elections? I mean, isn't that just the most obvious question? Can somebody get to Trump and just say, this is probably not a good idea here? And listen, people say, well, it's a joke, it's a troll. But this has been like 2 months now. And he keeps saying the same thing about the 51st state. This does not make sense. I mean, and I would say even adding them as a territory is dicey because they would probably, well, I don't know if they'd want to be a state because then they'd have a better tax situation if they were just a territory. But them being a state is an issue for conservatives. And you're like, well, it's a joke, it's a troll. That's what all the Trump people are telling me. But it's like, yeah, this is something he keeps saying, and he keeps talking about why it's important. It's important to. I just, can somebody get to him? Somebody needs to talk to him about that. What's up with all the swatting going on? Yeah, it's really bad. These liberal people are insane. They're swatting top conservatives. They're swatting like ex-personalities. They're not even YouTubers or anything like that. It's like ex-personalities is who they're swatting. You think the Republicans hold the majority of Senate? I mean, I can't predict the House. It's impossible to predict the House. The House is going to be very close. It depends on Trump's economy in 2026. The Senate will be 55 seats Republican, or 54 to 56. the House is impossible to predict right now. It depends on the economy. I mean, these midterms depend on issues that happen within a certain time frame before, like in 2026. Richard, thank you for that. Super pumped for the next 4 years. So much good that can happen. Are the Dems planning COVID too? Hopefully not. The last thing we need is another. Remember, they were talking about bird flu being that. But yeah, let's hope nothing happens, because Trump really, I've war gamed the entire timeline, and it's working out. We really have the first movements of this economy in action already. We're getting the low gas prices. We're getting the inflation down. Okay, whether or not the tariffs, whatever his strategy is with that, we don't really know. It might be for revenue generation to be able to limit the taxes on the middle class. Or it might just be, you want to increase domestic production, or it might be for a renegotiation of the trade deal, or it might be for all three. We don't know exactly. The point is, we're going to be getting lower interest rates in May. So we have lower inflation, lower interest rates. That's exactly what Trump had in 2019 when the economy was really good. It's like 2%, 2%. If you get 2%, 2% again, and you get this Doge dividend, because you can give the Doge dividend because as long as inflation is already low enough, because it will. People say, well, it'll cause inflation. Yeah, but not really. It depends. Because some people are going to save that. Some people are going to invest in stocks. Some people will certainly spend it, which will also help stimulate the economic growth in general. So I think it's like we've got a really good period coming up. That's why I'm like, maybe I should invest some more. But I've war gamed it out. The metrics we're seeing are really, really good. They're very good. And the gas is going to go lower, because I just saw the price of oil, it's down. And so that's going to affect when they replenish it, the gas lines and everything like that. It's going to go down even more. Do you think Trump has lost it? He keeps repeating lies. $350 billion for Ukraine. 38K dead building the canal. Neither are true. Well, Trump's been known to round up. Trump rounds up the values. I mean, we've spent about 170 on Ukraine, and they deny that. Did you see the EU is like, the U.S. actually only spent 84 billion? What? We spent 84 billion? Where's that figure from? No, we spent like 170 billion. So when Trump says 350 billion, he rounds it up. And that's what politicians do. So it's the same. It's like, it's a lot of money. Oh my goodness. You want me to show Massey? You're trolling me. You're 100% trolling me. How many females in the chat? Just you. I think it's just you. You might have, did you transition? I'm just kidding, man. I don't even know what this is. I just went to this. It was just on my screen. Trump's negotiating tactic is to start off with big asking for Canada as 51st state. However, you believe Trump really only wants Western provinces and Northwest. No, I would agree with that. That's what I said originally. That's why I have that map. But it would also, this map would also have to include, like, look at this. This got recommended to me. The classic video. Yeah, but this would also have to be BC as well. You'd also need BC. You can't isolate BC. The U.S. did lose 38K. Now, I think that is in workers, they lost 38K. I don't think that's true. Trump has always rounded up. This is way more than a roundup. No, it's just a roundup, man. That's just normal. People round up. Look. Why don't you go ask Europe why they say it's only 94? Why does Europe round down to like 90 million or 90 billion? They say we only spent 84 billion on this war. They're rounding down more than Trump is rounding up. Biggest hot take prediction about crypto that no one is thinking. I mean, hot take prediction on crypto. I mean, I think we're getting a massive alt season, but a lot of people think that, but I still think we're getting a big alt season. I think we're getting Bitcoin to 200K. How could he possibly request just conservative provinces? Wouldn't the libs have a meltdown that he rigged the map? Well, the conservative provinces would be more likely to join anyways because Trump's a conservative. But I mean, yeah, it's not really a good idea. I mean, it's like... But no, I mean, listen, if you also take British Columbia, well, these are not conservative, but these are very small populations. These would not be states. These are 3 territories. Nunavut, Northwest Territories, Yukon. This is British Columbia, which I think would have to be included, even though they're liberal. The reason they're not is because this is literally just gerrymandering the entire thing. This is Alberta, and this is Saskatchewan, and this is Manitoba. So it would be all of this, I think. But like, these wouldn't be states. These would be like 4 states. These, if you wanted to do this, you would just turn the provinces into states. In addition to Greenland, should we just take over Europe? No, I don't. That's not a good idea, man. Now you're talking about globalism. Do you cover the weather because you're in the western part of the worst part of the tornadoes tomorrow? Yeah, there is going to be some crazy weather tomorrow. I'm going to have to look that up to see what it entails. Alt season will be bigger than 20. I mean, it should be bigger than 2020. There's more money. There's more money involved. There's more. I mean, just with Bitcoin, it's going to be bigger, you would hope. BC stranded looks so ugly. I know it'd have to be included. BC would have to be included. This is just a Republican not wanting to really gerrymander this, but it really wouldn't matter too much if BC was included. I think it'd be a general wash or slightly more Republican if we took BC. I mean, unless BC has a huge population, which I don't think they do. Pull up college basketball. I actually do need to take a look at this really quickly. Wow, Duke almost gave that game away. They were up by like 20. They were up by 21. Houston, Florida. No really surprises there. St. John's 29-4. They'll be a 2 seed. Auburn holds on against Ole Miss. Memphis barely beats Wichita State. Wisconsin. Really no upsets here. Michigan State. Yeah, Michigan State will be a 2 seed. Maryland, they might move to I don't know. If they win out, they'll move to a 3 seed. That's an impressive win for Maryland. Clemson, Louisville. That's a good game. Just kidding, man, about taking over Europe, although Europe is pretty much sucks these days. Yeah, taking over Europe. I mean, the furthest we could go realistically and not be like sanctioned to hell and have just, I mean, it does become globalism when you do that. It would be Iceland. That was the furthest we could go, I would say, where it would be kind of realistic. I mean, it would be more of like an American empire. Yeah, this is originally what Putin wanted, was this They're not going to be joining NATO, but it's also going to be a period where they're not going to be allowed in NATO. That's part of the peace deal. I don't know if it's going to be 20 years, 30 years, indefinitely. I'm not sure exactly the timing. Quinnipiac lost. Are you kidding? I wonder who's going to win that league then. Quinn the pollster. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Quarterfinal, semifinal. SC State going to their final. Merrimack, Mount St. Mary's. VCU's had a nice year. VCU, they're going to their semifinal. Liberty going to their final. Alabama State going to their final. George Mason's had a really good year as well. Iona beats Quinnipiac. Iona possibly gonna get the auto bid out of the MAAC. The MAAC. Wait, what's that championship game, I wonder? Maine versus Bryant. I'd like to see Maine win this game on it. That's an 11 a.m. game. 11 a.m., man. Really? For a championship? Norfolk State, they'll be a 16 seed. St. John's. Yeah, I mean, if St. John's, they're still going to be a 2 seed. There's no way. They just don't have the analytics. Liberty, Jacksonville State. They don't even have it updated yet. Okay. Only good quality alts are going to pump. Now, I think everything will pump. When you're talking about, like, I think pretty much everything will end up pumping. Honestly, like, that's just what happens in a really bullish blow off top scenario, which is really what we want. We want there to be a blow off top. I'm thinking of topping off my NASDAQ bags. I don't know, man. It's like, I mean, we have to have another big pump. And the thing is, dude, it's like, there's time though. There is serious time for just the stock market to turn bullish, for these Doge checks to go out, for all of the factors, the interest rates, the inflation. Because if you're talking about a blow off top towards the end of 2025, you've got months to reaccumulate and go back up before the blow off top even happens. I mean, this has just been selling off like crazy. I still think this coin's going to do well, though. Why is Pui's coin so big? I mean, they've obviously got a loyal base of people not selling it. That's really what it comes down to, man. Because nowadays with these Solana coins, nobody has any faith in them. But to be honest, like it was something that was tweeted about. Vance tweeted, but this is a very good chart. It's a surprising chart for Solana, at least with what we've seen recently in this market. But I mean, there's just a lot of whales that own this, or people that bought low and they haven't sold yet. They've got a lot of the supply. I mean. But it's also like the Vance memes really did take over. So it's understandable that the coin's doing well. I mean, really, if this was a better market condition, this should be at like 150 million. I mean, that's what I thought Dark MAGA was going to do, honestly, man. Which is just surprising that Dark MAGA, which was endorsed by Elon, it doesn't do jack shit. And this is pretty crazy. Because I probably bought in like somewhere in here, like somewhere after this. And then it went on a run, it went on another run, but like this was the election. It went to 20 million on election night. That's when I should have sold it. I would have made good money, but I was doing the stream. But I mean, I thought it was going to go higher than 20 million, that's for sure. Maybe we can offer the UK to Russia. That will seal the peace deal. Yeah, I don't think dude, the UK is so pissed off. I just saw Starmer talk about how Russia was like, he's talking about like Russia having serious ownership or I don't know, threatening. They're all very scared of Russia. The UK is. It's crazy. And I guess I understand it to a degree, but it's all just fear mongering mainly.
DNC, who literally write 97.6% bad about me, are political arms of the Democrat Party. And in my opinion, they're really corrupt and they're illegal. What they do is illegal. And I believe that CNN and MSDNC, who literally write
Duke UNC 3-point game, 1 minute left. Duke's gonna blow it without flag. Yeah, I mean, this is what everyone was saying. They were gonna be future Democratic voters. These probably
exact
are.
thing go down now with the Democrat grassroots. For example, right, these groups that were organizing those town halls to oppose Doge, groups like Indivisible, they have shepherded all their resources, they have rallied the troops, and they are descending not just upon Washington, but into these districts to really go, or I guess these states, to go after these senators to make sure that they hold the line and basically force Trump into a shutdown. That is sort of the line, the angle of attack that they're taking. I want to put the pictures up on screen for you, Steve, though. Groups like Indivisible,
none of these can be real. I mean, what like, these people are this passionate about protesting and risking this. It's just because a lot of them are being charged now for burning down Tesla stations, things like that. What am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Just a bunch of different shit. Yeah, I saw that Trump got hit in the face with a microphone, man. I showed it multiple times. You invested $400 into Trump at $3, cashed out at 2x. Worst. What did you see the tweet? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's when that's when I saw the coin. Dude, the thing is when that coin came out, I was streaming, and I would have seen it earlier. I probably would have seen that coin at like $1. Somebody told me, you know, in my chat, Trump launched a coin. I thought it was a troll, so I didn't even read it out. But then other people were talking about it, so then I looked at his Twitter, and I was like, wow, this is serious. And when I saw it, it was like $3, the coin was, but I didn't buy it. I mean, it went to $72, yeah. Geopolitics were better back in the 17th to 19th century. Every country for their own. Yeah, but you don't want to live in that time period. But I mean, in terms of actual, you know, nationalism, certainly they were a lot better. Well, that they believed in that. And the East still believes in that. The East does.
Education. Public education is a critical part, not just of how we build a future, but also of our democracy. I support public education. Ultimately, Donald Trump and Elon Musk do not have the right to shut down the Department of Education. It was created by Congress. Only Congress has that right. But just the very fact
no, Trump has executive authority
to insult public school teachers, to insult public school students, and to insult the communities that depend on and support those public schools is truly despicable.
It's not about insulting anyone. They created the Department of Education. That every test score has gone down. The government's invested billions of dollars into it, and the results have gotten worse. So there has to be something that changes. Why don't they ask her about that? And it's this charade. It's, oh, you're destroying everything, and you're hurting the public schools. It's like, it's all going to be state issues now. Blowing up Teslas. I know these people are insane, but look on Reddit, you'll be able to see some. They're just completely, these are liberal caricatures. They're out of control. I mean, they go so far as to like announce they want to kill Trump on TikToks and stuff. And TikTok is just infested. This is a jump scare. I gotta go get off of that.
Phone delivery service. It was delivered by a cool-looking drone that winched it down to his garden. When you think that was just to deliver one bottle of drink, that's pretty amazing. In fact, it's one of the coolest things I've seen in a while.
Yeah, but what is the cost of delivery on that? That's probably just a test, but... She sounds like a grandma on Reddit. Yeah, and it's just all the same, like, talking points. Oh, you're killing the public schools. It's like, if there was proper performance, there wouldn't be this issue. Public education isn't going anywhere, just to the part. Right. I mean, but they have to fearmonger about it. Just buy $1 worth of this coin is pumping hard these days. It doesn't even make sense at this point. The meme itself makes no sense. Just buy $1. If I bought $1 of that coin, I wouldn't have shit. Like, you know, it's like... But I mean, whatever with those coins. I mean, yeah, just buy $1. That's good advice. Really? You think I'm going to get rich off of this now with the coins at like 16 million? But these people keep buying it. There's another coin like that. I forgot. Well, this is the coin that I might actually get into. I might put a position into it as more of a trade. The retirement token, 61K. These are the type of coins I like looking at. 61K, 420, 69K, you know, like the retirement. Like the 401K, but it's 420, 69K. I mean, what did this go to? Like 3 million, it's at 61K. Yeah, something like this might be a good play for me. The thing is I need the Greenland coin to do something. Did the Greenland coin do... I mean, Trump is talking about annexing Greenland every single day. Coin won't do anything. This coin needs to do something, please. Please do something. Is it me or does Elizabeth Warren look like she's on the verge of a mental breakdown every time she's interviewed? Yeah, it's just her facial reactions. Update on rescuing the astronauts. Well, you know, Musk is getting them. Musk is getting the astronauts, not NASA. NASA's really angry about it. Biden blocked the entire thing because they didn't want Musk and Trump to have good press before the election. Are they presenting the Epstein files? I'm not trying to be annoying because I know a lot of people say that. Someone's got to tell Brian to shut down his school and that one kid passed. I mean, is that true with his what happened to his school? How does a kid not even be able to pass? Isn't there investment in that?
Oh, wow. He looks like such a nice person. That's a rough picture. That's a rough picture.
We're waiting on JDs to go up.
That's good. That's good. Thank you.
Have you checked your portfolio yet? No, I'm going to probably have to check it at some point here soon. I think I know probably what it's at, but maybe not. I'm not going to be too happy with it, let's just say that. But if I do invest more, I'll have to check it. Nothing will move until macro improves. I mean, it is improving a little bit. Trump coin is doing stuff, you'd be up at least. Dude, the Trump coin is up 20% from its ultimate low. From the low. It's not doing anything. I mean, Please, I'd be better off going into Please when I saw it, like when it was at 3 million or whatever. Like this one coin, the gold coin bar. Wow, this is up. Yeah, this is like the main one. Because you always think there's got to be like a meme for gold. Because, you know, it's crypto. It makes sense. Yeah, this coin's gotten destroyed. But I remember when this coin was big and it was at like, was it at 100? No, it wasn't at 100 million, was it? Is that like 35, 36 million? It's having a rebound. It's having a resurgence because of the gold narrative. It's having a rebirthing. This is a Uniswap coin. Brett, not a good investment. Yeah, I would stay away from Brett. I mean, Brett will do well, but you're really recommending. You're talking about coins that have already pumped, man. You're recommending me coins that are at 200, 300 million in market cap at this point. NASDAQ 420 is a good buying opportunity. I know that's why I said I was going to top it off. I was going to look to top it off, but I mean, I'd have to probably put more in, or I'd have to just get out of some trading positions. But like, I do kind of want to get out of these trading positions. I'm waiting for this Epstein build. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for the JFK coin. Like, what even is this bullshit? These coins just, this administration needs to come out with something with the, I mean, the JFK coin's actually holding up better. Not really, actually. But yeah, I mean, it's 156K. Just give me some news and then I can get out. Like, I just want the JFK and the Epstein coins to go to 500K and then I'll get out. And then I can use that money to actually invest into my real positions on Ethereum and Base mainly. And also a few Solana coins that I want to invest long-term into that are really low in market cap right now. But it's like, I need these, and also Greenland. I mean, that's the other one. I'm in Greenland, JFK, Epstein, GTA, the Solana GTA coin. That's the other one. I mean, in GTA, it's the same bullshit. I mean, like, when is this trailer coming out? This is ridiculous. Can you bring your No, that's not the one. And this is the one, 230K. I mean, this thing's been selling off because people, they're pissed. They think it's going to be delayed. The second trailer just has not come out. I mean, this is still a good chart, though, compared to some other shit. Efficiency coin went up. Yeah, I know, dude. That coin got destroyed. Have you seen that? I've got that coin on here. It's the highest market cap coin on here. The higher coin was going up as well. I guess it still went up a little bit. The efficiency coin, the chart doesn't even load. It's 16 million. I mean, that coin could probably go to $1 billion, honestly, but it's like, what's the point? Troll, this is just such a good, like, Troll is the ultimate meme. It went to 100 million already. I would look to get a position into this, but at 4 million, I don't know if I'm really interested. But I mean, Troll is the ultimate meme on the internet. That's a coin that should be over $1 billion, honestly. So a lot of these coins, I'm just not going to be able to buy. I mean, there's just too many coins there. It's just not going to happen. Like NASDAQ, 4chan, Dogcoin, GTA 6. I'd like to get Doge Jones. I'd like to get OTC. That would be the only utility play. It's an over-the-counter trading, like DEX or whatever bullshit. But the problem with coins like this is a 4% buy and sell tax. Who the hell wants to buy that shit? Nobody's paying 4% buy sell tax on this. It's stupid. I mean, I understand, but that's the problem. You buy into any AI coin outside of like ENQ AI, because I know they never had any buy sell tax, but you buy into any of these coins, it's just like they have these 5% buy and sell. Okay, what are you doing with the money? Like, oh, it goes to the project. Bullshit. You're just like every other AI crypto project. There's nothing to this. There's zero utility. But you charge me because it has utility. It needs to fund the project. That's why I like meme coins better than this shit. Because go ahead, get into a utility project. There'll be a tax on it. Buy and sell. Probably 3% to 5%. Most of the time, it's 5%. It's just like, what is this? Dogecoin down to 17 cents. It's a problem. The higher coin, I think the higher, dude, I saw that coin because I was looking at this actually, and they were like, what's the next coin that's going to be listed on Coinbase? Where is this? I wonder if they've got any DeepSeek stuff on here as well. You're gonna search this shit because it won't show up. Wow, they don't even have it? God damn it. I can't even tell you what I was gonna do. But I think there's a new DeepSeek coming out. And there's not even a DeepSeek thing on here. You want to kind of front run those coins. Thoughts on Pepe? There's a lot of Pepe coins that have decent market caps. I mean, Pepe it's what is it, like, what is that, 3 billion right now? I mean, I thought Pepe was going to go to 100 billion, honestly, but I don't know about that anymore. I mean, it's just like, it's not high enough market cap at this point. You're bullish on higher, you got in at 5 million. Yeah, I think that coin has a lot of backing. That higher coin has a lot of backing. I was looking to get in, but it's like, if you want 1% of the supply, you'd have to invest 50K into that coin. Obviously, I don't have anywhere close to that. But I mean, that's realistically like $1 billion coin. You would want that coin to go to $1 billion. If you're buying it at 5 million, well, you could get it to go to 500 million. There's your 100x. But yeah, I think that higher coin is going to do very well. It's not going to happen for me because it's just not. It's not in the cards. But I think you probably scooped it up at a pretty good price, honestly, man. Pepe is a normie coin. Well, there's all. I mean, Doge is the number one normie. Shiba's very normie. But you know, Toshi's the new normie. You know, there's a branch off of Toshi, and I was thinking to myself, but I don't think this coin has much backing, unfortunately. But this is like the brother, Boshi. Yeah, this is at 123K. I was looking at this. I was like, huh. You know, 1% is like 1.7K invested into this. You have to think if the normies are obsessed with Toshi, this could be like the, you know, this is on base as well. I was looking at something like this. This could be like an investment that I make. I don't know, though. High of 6 million. Not too impressive, but. Because Toshi is like the really normie coin of the cycle. I know a lot of normies that like Toshi. A lot. UNC just committed a lane violation with the game winning free throws to lose the game to Duke. Well, yeah, well, Cooper Flagg didn't play in that game, right? Because they were up big in the first half. They ended up barely blowing that game. Michigan, Purdue. I wonder if Michigan will bounce back. Semifinal game, UC San Diego. UC San Diego's got to win. These SEC games are really high scoring. They always are. 95-81 in regulation. Yeah, this is good news. Let's restore the relationship with Russia. That's NATO saying it. I mean, this NATO, this is a new energy from NATO now. I mean, not necessarily from the UK, though. They still hate Russia. DeepSeek meme coin would be a good buy. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it. I think it's at 300K. I can't find the one that I wanted to find. I think it's around 300K. Maybe it's higher, though, because I haven't seen it in a while. Is this it? I don't think this is it. AI agent. I don't think that's what it was. That's seriously it. And that's obnoxious. No, that wasn't it. There was one that went to there was a DeepSeek that went to 60 million. That's the one I would buy, but I can't find it. I don't think this is it either. Oh, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. 172. Yeah, this is probably a good buying. I mean, it's probably going to bleed out because I don't know when their next update is coming. The thing is, with you would want like the next update to be really good, and then for Trump to ban them. That would be a huge news story. That would be ideal. But it's like, this is another trade, you know? I mean, imagine if you bought that. This coin was at $6,000. Imagine. I wish I would have known that DeepSeek release was coming. Buy it at $6,000. That's like the trade of a lifetime. $6,000 to 60 million. Or like 55 million. Do you not invest in large caps coins? Yeah, I mean, I not really, man. I mean, I hopefully you buy the coins before they become large caps. That's the goal, you know. But I mean, large cap coins are safer, and you can still make good X's off of them. It just depends how high. Like if you're buying Dogecoin, you're not going to get 100x. Let's be honest. You're buying Shiba Inu, you're not getting 100x. You're buying XRP, you're not getting 100x. Those coins are capped because they're way too high already in market cap. Now, they still might do a 10, 15x, but you know what it is. It's even some of the coins at like 300 or 400 million. I mean, do we really think those coins are going to go to 30 or 40 billion? Maybe they will, but it's unlikely. Thoughts on conference alignment? It makes sense to put Vanderbilt in the Big 12 and Maryland in the ACC. Yeah, Maryland does fit the ACC way better than the Big Ten. But, I mean, there's a lot of teams like that with conference realignment. Like, conference realignment got ridiculous with the Stanford stuff. And, like, SMU, Stanford, Cal joining the ACC. It just makes no sense. It's just it's all done for money. They don't really care if it makes sense or not. But that's kind of why it's stupid. Because it's just profit-based. Thoughts on Tucker Carlson? I like Tucker. SpaceX needs to rescue the astronauts. Well, they are. The last time I saw, they were rescuing the astronauts, not NASA. They're gonna get them back. NASA had like a hold period that they couldn't go back up or some shit. You know, NASA is beholden to a certain schedule, so that's why SpaceX has been able to get them a bit earlier. How's the Nick Cannon going? Is that like nothing? Every crypto chart looks like a rug. Yeah, except for a Please. Please is not a rug. Doesn't look like a rug. You don't honestly think XRP will do 100x? Yeah, it's not going to do 100x, man. Come on. It's way too high in market cap to do 100x, bro. I mean, I could see it maybe going to $20. $20. For it to do 100x, I mean, what would the market cap of it have to be? Like higher than Bitcoin? I mean, maybe a 20 or 30x you're saying? Yeah, that's a very bullish scenario too for XRP. A 20 or 30x. Just look at the market cap of it, man. That's really what the price is irrelevant. The price is just based on the total supply. Where are the updates on Thomas Crooks? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully we'll get something at some point. I know Trump said they were looking into it. I'm not sure, though. Do you think NATO is trying to play nice now that Trump and Zelensky agreed to a ceasefire deal? Also, NATO seems more open about U.S. acquiring Greenland. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was surprised that their chief made that statement about staying out of it. You would think that they would have more of a... We don't want any territorial exchanges within NATO. It's not good for the... But he didn't say that. But the thing about trying to play nice now that Trump and Zelensky, yeah, I mean, obviously NATO's going to have to shift their thinking because Trump is the leader of the most powerful country in the world. He's in a military agreement with these other countries that are in NATO. And so they kind of have to listen to what Trump has to say because of how powerful the United States is. They have to kind of adjust. There's really no like rebel European countries in NATO. It's just they want to try and give Ukraine the best deal possible. So that's why they're supporting Ukraine continuously. you know, Ukraine goes into this negotiating period with no NATO support, they're going to get trounced in negotiations. They're going to get nothing. But they have all of NATO support. They even have U.S. support. That was part of the ceasefire agreement that Ukraine had with the United States, was the U.S. would still fund them. They would give them intelligence reports, and it's done to give them leverage in negotiations against Russia. But apparently Russia now, they're in a situation to where they are going to get more than they originally wanted in terms of just, you know, if they would have not started the war. Now, you can say overall this has been a net negative for Russia because, I mean, depending on how many troops they lost all of this. They tried to take Kyiv, but they didn't get it. They're getting like 1/5, 1/6 of Ukraine. But I mean, they can swing it. Russia can definitely propagandize it and say, well, we got, I mean, they're getting the land that they're getting if they do annex that land in the Donbass, a fuck ton of minerals and resources. A lot of the Ukrainian resources are, Ukraine can't even mine them though. That's the problem for them. Space radiation. Well, that's the problem with Mars, is the radiation. They have to do something with to block the radiation on Mars. That's the only hurdle they have in terms of successfully landing humans on Mars, from what I heard, is the radiation poisoning or sickness. Rocket launch was a success. You think an economic partnership with Russia and helping Ukraine rebuild is the best solution? The Western world should assist both nations rebuilding. Right. Well, it's a diplomatic, neutral way to approach it, and that's why it was the 2-for-1. It was an economic relationship or economic deal with Russia, and then some type of deal with Ukraine. I don't even know if they're doing the minerals deal. I'm not sure if it's something Trump wants to do. It just depends how long it would take to extract the minerals out of Ukraine. Is it really worth the hassle? I mean, if I was Trump, I would reroute that investment to Greenland. But I mean, I don't know how the process and extraction of Greenland and how long that would take. Because they would have to build up all of the infrastructure in Greenland to be able to do it. There's just nobody that lives on that island. Cat turd got swatted. I mean, all these people are getting swatted, man. It's not good. It is not good. They're gonna have. I mean, Kash Patel made a statement about it. They had to put out a statement. That's how much is happening. They're doing it. They're trying to threaten these, more conservative influencers. So Kash Patel's like, yeah, it's a crime. You got to make an example out of one of these people, though. That's the only way it'll stop. But it's probably coming from other countries. That's the problem. Russia wants U.S. companies to come to Russia and extract rare earth minerals. Well, from what I saw, it was they wanted the United States to do a minerals deal with them and not Ukraine. Because they don't want the U.S. involvement in Ukraine. They don't want West involvement in Ukraine at all. They want Ukraine demilitarized, which that's going to be a holdup, I think, in terms of negotiations. To me, that's the sticking point. Everybody agrees there's going to be some deal to where Ukraine cannot join NATO. Even the NATO chief has said that it's not going to happen. So that's part of the negotiation, but that's already done. The question is, will they have to demilitarize? And that's going to be a sticking point in terms of the negotiations. Ukraine is not going to want to do that. They're not going to trust Russia. Thomas Crooks versus Lee Harvey Oswald election map. You remember that? That was a funny thing. Chance Russia joining NATO now, that would never happen. Not with Europe. Europe hates Russia. There's a lot of they're very scared, and they're not. Europe is not going to like that Ukraine is going to have this land annexed, because it does push the border closer to the NATO countries. I mean, the pathway for Russia to join NATO, I think, would be, but it might not even matter if the U.S. leaves NATO. NATO is it's like an EU thing 2.0. But think about it. Russia would have to go back across their own borders and then join NATO and say, all right, we'll go back. But that's not going to happen. Thoughts on the serious national security concerns with the Arctic Circle regarding Chinese and Russian ships around northern China, or northern Canada, and around Greenland seems to be a weak spot in U.S. defense. Yeah, I would imagine. Right now, it seems like that's more of a projection rather than what's happening right now. I don't know. I'll have to do some, I was doing some research into the Pacific states because I really want to get a handle on this Pacific campaign that's it might have to happen. And I just wonder if Trump looks at possibly annexing like the Marshall Islands, Micronesia, some of these other smaller islands that we used to control, if China decides to take Taiwan. I mean, we would sanction the hell out of China, but I don't know what else we would do. We could fund Taiwan, just like but would Trump want to do that? I think Trump would fund Taiwan. But like when you talk about the Arctic Circle, I think a lot of it is projection based on the climate. So it's going to be a more advantageous area of the world in the next 15 to 20 years. Did you know the Irish immigrants were treated horribly at first? Yeah, well, they were treated horribly in their homeland by the British, and then when they came to the United States, and they came to the United States early in the early 1800s, it was mainly Irish. They did a lot of the heavy lifting on the infrastructure in the United States, especially the canals. Thoughts on illegals leaving Guantanamo? Well, I know they're the illegals are gonna just get them out. I really don't care. They're like, oh, they shouldn't go to. I mean, just get these people out of here. I mean, that's just what we want. Whether they go to Guantanamo, whether they go to Southeast Asia, it doesn't really matter to me. And these people need to go. Trump knows that. They're trying to deport them in the cheapest way possible. That's what it is. They had to pass this bill. This bill includes an upgrade in terms of the money that's going to be used for deportations. I mean, they've shut the border down. The border is sealed. There's no border crossings. You're going to see some pretty crazy numbers that we're going to be able to talk about when it comes to illegal immigration, the inflow of it. It has to be nothing because there's no border encounters. Congratulations are in order. Yeah, remember that? That was a funny thing I used to say. Making the NIT. You've earned yourself a ticket to the NIT. Yep. How good would it be bringing the astronauts back for Trump's approval? It's a minimal impact. It's more of a Musk thing. It's not going to have a huge impact on Trump's approval, but Trump's approval undoubtedly, I mean, this is how good it is for Trump. Let's just say Trump's approval is 50-50 or 52-48, 48-52. It's around 50-50. You're going to have all these situations happen. I mean, this is all very positive. We've got the wars ending. You have the economy improving. I've laid it all out how the economy is going to improve. You've got the Doge checks. You've got possibly eliminating taxes. Republicans talking about eliminating certain property tax. I mean, this is all extremely positive. I don't really see, outside of Israel, I mean, the Israel-Gaza thing is going to be a problem a little bit, but it would be escalation in the Middle East with Trump in bed with Israel against Iran. That would be the only thing that would hurt Trump's approval rating, I think. And also, the displacement of the Palestinians. But that's something to where it's like, you have one or two options. Like, Trump could do the whole two-state solution, but then it's just going to kick up again. Maybe Trump should do that. Maybe that would be better for his approval rating. But Trump obviously is a big-time Zionist, so he doesn't want to do it. He wants to end it. But there's just not a lot I can see. I mean, you don't know. China doing something to Taiwan is pretty much a lose-lose for Trump. It is. So hopefully that doesn't happen. A lot of positives for Trump. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I'm saying is unless there's some unforeseen things that happen or the Middle East, it's I think it's going to be very good. I mean, you look, I don't even know what Trump's approval rating. It's like 50-50 from what I've heard. It's about 50-50. Liberals want the astronaut rescue to fail. They'd rather a disaster happen than admit Trump did something right. Yeah, it is unfortunate, but I'm sure they do. So that's going to be good when hopefully that's successful. And it will be good for Trump and the propaganda. Israel is more popular with older conservatives, which is the majority of the base. So you think Trump will be fine? Well, he's not. They're not. There's going to be big problems if there's escalation with Iran. I don't see how that's popular with 75% of the country. It's not going to be. I mean, maybe it's popular with expelling the Palestinian. Well, it's not. I don't think that's popular either. But you're right. It's not going to be a crazy negative thing if that happens. It would be negative, I think, if they started some type of proxy war with Iran through Israel, and like a prevention from them creating a nuke. I mean, it's all an excuse, anyways, just to weaken Iran. Their bones are very weak, right? Well, because they've been up there for that long. That is crazy to think about. I don't know the health effects they've had because they've been up there. Yeah, it was supposed to be a 10-day mission, I think. Lenardi said North Carolina is out. Well, who's in? Xavier then? I don't know. I have to look at the bubble, man. You heard women, the woman was having health problems from being up there that long. They shouldn't be in space. It's harder for them. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, but this Mars mission, it'll probably be male. How long have they been there? I think like 7 months. I mean, actually, maybe longer than 7 months because they were talking about rescuing them in September, if I remember correctly. Oh, they've been there since September. Is it warm by me? Yeah, it's pretty warm. It's unseasonably warm, which means we're gonna get like bad wind tomorrow and some rain. This is what happens if you get like unseasonable temperatures. Normally it's because of something with like winds and like thunderstorms, things like that. Ukraine war over soon or false hope? I think it'll be over. There's going to be hangups in terms of the negotiation, though. They've got the ceasefire. They need the peace deal. Putin knows that there's going to be demands, and so that's why he wanted to talk to Trump before they agreed to the ceasefire. I think they agreed to the ceasefire, but it's like he said he would agree to the ceasefire, but he wanted to talk to Trump first. Putin. $10 days to 7 months. So they're about 7 months there. They've been there since June. Well, if they've been there since June, that's longer than 7 months. Minerals deal may not happen. Hopefully it does. Well, I mean, we don't know the exact extraction costs, the timeline. Where are we getting these minerals from? Does there have to be security assurances tied to the minerals that are being extracted? I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. Maybe we don't want to. I mean, look, I think the minerals deal would be good for propaganda, because then you would say, well, Trump single-handedly got us our money back. But I mean, there are some problems with doing that. Agreed to the ceasefire in theory. I know it's very like it's confusing if he agreed to it or not. Will mineral water be cheaper? Yeah, not those minerals. Yeah, we're just going for all the water. What if we just got all the water from Ukraine? Water is free now in the United States. Every bottle of water. What if Trump's like, we're going to make all bottled water free in the US? Water should be free for everyone. I mean, the plastic bottles are nasty, man. Some of that, why does some water taste so bad, man? There's water that tastes so bad. When it's in the plastic bottles, it's not good. Kim Kardashian, Tesla pics. I didn't see that, no. I did not see that. Trump struck by microphone during Gaza. That was a briefing?
You're concerned about the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the hostages back?
Dude, these people, they're more angry than Trump. They're more angry than Trump. Where's the ceasefire coin? Yeah, the ceasefire coin. I don't think it exists. Everyone gets free water. Under Trump. We're taking all the water. We're transporting the water back to the United States. We have an abundance of water. These people are more mad than Trump about this. Canada Dry. Yeah, Canada Dry. I never really liked Canada Dry, honestly. Ginger ale. Thoughts on Trump getting rid of paper straws? Well, I never really had paper straws. I don't know. The plastic was more used in like the very liberal areas, like it'd be LA, San Francisco, the bigger cities. I never really dealt with much paper straws. The paper straws are, yeah, at some restaurants though. You go to a high scale restaurant, you might get a paper straw. The paper straw, it gets damp, and so you taste the paper after a while of drinking, so it's a problem. Penny boy. This dude's like, it's like he's clutching his pearls. He's like, how dare you hit my man? Oh, man. Yeah, Trump was pretty pissed off. Who was the reporter? Can we see the reporter who actually did it? This is inexcusable. Carrie Lake. Oh, man. Is Carrie Lake gonna run for something again? Did you trim your mustache? Yeah, I had to trim it. It was really getting in the way of my lips. It's the same thing over. Like, this is the problem. This is crazy, dude. What the hell? Is this a joke? I was gonna say, like, it's like a Hitler stash or something. This is the problem, dude. This is the problem with X. How many, should I tweet this? I think I need to tweet this. I don't think people have seen this enough. People haven't seen this enough. There's not enough people tweeting this video. I need to tweet this. This will be huge if I tweet this. Is the left freaking out? Gwen Stefani might be more MAGA. I don't know about celebrities, and you know, I saw Demi Lovato apparently is more trad conservative now. I mean, you're more attractive when they change like that. Yeah, I mean, you want to charge him for assaults? I mean, was it really done on purpose? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, if it was a liberal, then yeah, they can be charged. Because obviously there's
David Nelson has just been retaliated against. We have learned here that as of yesterday at noon, David's access to the IRS network was officially removed. He received this.
Man, they were down by 1 at the free throw line and had a lane violation. Oh, man. That is the worst case scenario. Twitter is so much bot slop. I know, but they all go for the same exact thing. Like the same, because it pays them. It pays them money. They seriously got to do something with the swatting. It's really bad. This is a nice photo of the blood moon. You think it was a pissed off Canadian journalist? Yeah, well then, if it actually was, she needs to go. If it's a liberal, I mean, it was done on purpose. I need to work on a female audience, 360 males in here. Well, listen, I mean, this is what you're gonna get with politics. You know, this is politics. What do you expect? It's not necessarily a female thing. I would like to see if we could question someone within the Biden administration. How much of it was AutoPen? A lot of it had to have been AutoPen. That should be illegal to use AutoPen on something so that serious, like an executive order. Did Obama have the AutoPen? They all have AutoPen, but not for executive orders. But with Biden, I mean, it's obvious. It's like the guy was incapacitated. He could barely talk. It's like the most ridiculous thing. And if any of those Democrats had any backbone, they would come out with an actual book and be like, "This is how bad it was," because it had to have been horrible in terms of who actually how much Biden was briefed on and how much involvement he had. I mean, there's no way you're running the most powerful country in the world. This guy can't talk. You're not taking his advice at all. You can pretend because he was elected. Drop more Titanic videos. The woman views will go up. Yeah, I don't know about Titanic. I was gonna do a Titanic iceberg. It's actually ironic. That's very ironic. I'm trying to do this 9/11 iceberg. It's taking me a while though. I really got to start like actually doing more of it. But how many of us here are biologically men though? Yeah, we got some trans female to male people here, unfortunately. I mean, guys, let's be honest. You're listening to my political analysis on a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. Is that really a female topic? Let's be honest. I mean, like. YouTube audience is like 90% male anyways on all of YouTube. I know. Yeah, YouTube is very male. I've seen the statistics. It's YouTube and X are also male. X might be like 70-30, but YouTube and X are heavy male. And then like fucking, I don't even, Pinterest, TikTok is female apparently. Spotify, I don't know if I've seen Spotify, the numbers on male, female. Facebook, I don't know. It's probably 50-50 on Facebook. Or it's more male. Have you looked at the Titanic connection to JP? Well, that would definitely be discussed, the JP Morgan connection. With the Federal Reserve, the creation of, in 1913 versus it sinking in 1912. What's the exact male to female ratio? It's like probably 93-7. I mean, I haven't looked at it in months though. I mean, like 93-7, 92-8. I would imagine. College couple killed in Idaho today. You remember that the murders that happened in Idaho like 2 years? It was like Moscow, Idaho. I remember because I like Moscow. Yeah, but Moscow, Idaho, there was like four college kids that got murdered. There were some crazy coincidences with 9/11 with like celebrities that supposedly said they were going to be on flights. There was that James Woods thing. I should include that in the iceberg. James Woods saw a dry run of the hijackers like a month before because they did the dry runs where they'd go in the planes. They wouldn't hijack them like in August of 2001. I don't do any gambling at all. Yeah, I never was really into gambling, honestly. Like, I did some parlays when I was younger, but that was like 2018, 2019. I have not bet on sports in since 2019. I just have even when I would make predictions, I never bet on it. I just had no real motivation. I didn't think you could make really enough money, even if you want to bet. It's like the parlays were always bullshit. You're never gonna win plus 2,000 parlay. Maybe you could throw on makeup. I don't think. Maybe I'll show up in a dress. You know, Zelensky's gonna show up into a dress when he meets Trump. He's like, "You wanted me to dress up," and then Trump's gonna be like, "This is pathetic." What if Zelensky came in a dress to meet Trump? Crypto is gambling. Well, no, it's an investment. Can't do noob gambling or gambling with low money. It's sucker. Need huge bet. Yeah, no. But even people that make money on gambling, it's so much of it is like, I mean, there's no one that's making a ton of money unless you like an ultimate. Like, it's such a hard thing to do, gambling, like to actually make legit money. And you're right, you do need to have a ton of capital because it's based off percentages. Favorite to win March Madness? I would probably say Houston. I'll probably pick Houston, honestly. Duke at this point, nah, I mean, a lot of people pick Auburn. I think a lot of people pick Auburn. A lot of people pick Houston. Duke is still a fan favorite. I don't know how long Flag is out for. They're just like the normie team. Florida, I don't think a ton of people are going to pick Florida. But they're going to be the fourth #1 seed. Thoughts on Joe Lenardi? He's been grifting off bracketology. No, I gotta stop saying that. Joe is he's just the bracketology guy on ESPN. I mean, people don't like him though. They always say that people hate everyone though on the internet. Let's be honest. It's like you're not gonna be able to please people, which is fine. I mean, I hate on a lot of these people too. You know, I'm looking at the conservative space. I look at my timeline. There's so many of these conservative people I just hate. Honestly, there's so many of these people I just hate. But it's like, well, I mean, I guess just to see where the party is at and stuff. Duke has been washed for a minute. Yeah, I mean, dude, but this year Duke is really good. But it's kind of the ACC sucks. That's more so why Duke is really good. But also they do have a really good young player. To make money, all your bets need to be minus 110. But even that's bullshit because it should be minus 100 really. But they have to make money off of it. Who's the best QB coming out of the draft? I would say Cam Ward. I'm not a big fan of Shador, honestly. Shador, he held the ball way too long. He took too many sacks. He'll probably fall to the mid-first, I'd say. Cam Ward will probably go number 1. But, I mean, the quarterbacks this year, to me, kind of suck. They're also easy to hate. Yeah, I was looking at these people. You just look at these people. It's just like, I don't know, man. X is just a cesspool. Yeah, but it's also just what the shit that they say, and it's like, I never really got the knack of X. Anyways, is like, I mean, I use X for sure for news. It's important. It's good for video news and stuff like that. Although honestly, I could just do what I did today, which is just like go to a freaking. All you have to do is like go to one of these things. Most of my videos is just me talking. That's literally it. I don't even like look at the fucking news, honestly. Like I'll just say, look at this, here's the thing, and then just talk for like 20 minutes. And then end the video. What is this? This dude's happy that Greenland is joining the US. Good to see. Good to see the excitement. No, I'm kidding. What is this, a model walk runway? This is a model runway. The lighting. Whatever happened to the binders for Epstein? They all got thrown into the trash. They're useless. They're even more useless than the stuff that was already out in the public because they redacted stuff in the binders. Where are the files? We don't care about this photo. We don't care about this model runway. Instead of term limits or age, they should just have Doge, make sure nobody is corrupt each year, and then have a doctor approve. They are still fit for the job. I mean, but it's hard to do it every year. I mean, that would be a tough thing to organize. Did Marco Rubio kick out the South African ambassador? Yeah, the South African ambassador was like, "Oh, it's white supremacy." He's like, Trump's a white supremacist. You're gone. Go home. Go back to South Africa. You're not needed here anymore. Pam Bondi being a model. Yeah, she was like walking the runway there. This is what Newsom does.
I think is important more broadly. And I think that goes to some of the issues around, victimization. And I see a lot of that respectively on the right increasingly, even with Trump often
what kind of
approaching conditions that determine our fate and future. And that fundamental notion of agency, I think, is important more broadly. And I think that goes to some of the issues around, victimization. And I see a lot of that respectively on the.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I think we're good. Steve Bannon was in second place in the poll. Remember that poll? That one poll. What percentage of Congress would be up on charges if we really found out what's in the Epstein files? It's more so the celebrities and the people that are already out of government, presidents that are already out, the leaders in Europe that are already out. But yeah, I mean, it would be really bad for certain groups. That bitch Bannon for president. Gates dropping out of AG in Congress was very. I mean, I don't know. He's in some shit. I know you could say, well, it's lawfare against him. He was in some weird shit. It was going to be very hard for him to be confirmed. Gates. Steve Bannon getting interviewed by Tim Dillon was really he did an interview with Tim Dillon. Yeah, Tim Dillon is like political now. It's all these comedians; they're all political now. But guys, that's gonna do it for this stream. Yeah, that'll do it for this stream. I got Selection Sunday. Selection Sunday upcoming. Newsom is a white supremacist because he doesn't have biracial kids. Yeah, he has a very nice family. I think he's got like 3 kids. All right, guys. I'll be seeing you later.